Charlie Kirk's accused assassin, Tyler Robinson, was in court Thursday for a hearing about whether or not to let cameras in the courtroom for his criminal trial. Cameras were in the room for a lot of yesterday's hearing, and they caught Robinson smirking as he chatted with his attorney. The alleged killer's legal team wants to limit media coverage, but one person in favor of playing the proceedings out for the world to see is Charlie's widow, Erika. She previously supported the move in the hopes that it would help put an end to the online conspiracy theories surrounding her husband's death. One of the loudest voices there is Candace Owens, once a friend of Charlie's and an employee of Turning Point USA, who has suggested the U.S. government or Israel was behind the assassination and has accused Erika of, quote, using the exact same emotional strategy deployed by Black Lives Matter. Now, Erika has been on a bit of a media tour this week promoting her late husband's final book, and she addressed those conspiracy theorists and critics on Fox News.
If people think that I was just going to wilt away, I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop.
Indiana's state Senate has decided to not redraw congressional districting maps. The change would have eliminated the only two Democrat-held seats from Indiana in the House of Representatives. Now, President Trump was asked about it Thursday evening.
They love me. You know, we won in a landslide all three times. Got tremendous votes. I got record votes. And then there's no reason for doing that. And the Democrats do it to us.
The president then lashed out at Indiana's Senate Republican leader Roy Bray, promising to help defeat him in his next primary. 21 state senators from Indiana's Republican supermajority and all 10 Democrats voted down the measure. Now, it's the latest attempt by a state to gerrymander their congressional districts in the middle of the decade. Lines are typically only redrawn every 10 years. And while we're talking about Washington, a quick update on those two healthcare votes that I told you about yesterday. As predicted, both the GOP-backed $1,500 checks and the Democrat-supported Obamacare subsidies extension got voted down in the Senate. A promise to hold a vote on those subsidies was what got Democrats to come to the table to end that government shutdown. So yeah, definitely worth the pain of a 40-plus day shutdown. The U.S. seizing a ship transporting Venezuelan oil is just the opening gambit in a new geopolitical chess match, according to sources familiar with the strategy. This week's seizure is the first such move on a tanker from Venezuela, which had been under U.S. sanctions since 2019. President Nicolas Maduro's government said apprehending the tanker constituted a, quote, theft. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about the situation yesterday.
We're not going to stand by and watch sanctioned vessels sail the seas with black market oil, the proceeds of which will fuel narco-terrorism of rogue and illegitimate regimes around the world.
Post reporters spoke to multiple sources who say the plan to seize tankers has been in the works for months, and the U.S. has a target list of several other ships that could suffer the same fate. Oil exports are the main generator of revenue for Maduro's government. For more on these stories and everything else you could possibly want to know, check out the New York Post in print or online. And don't forget, like and subscribe to the New York POSTcast wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. I promise, you'll be glad you did.